Tonight I did a green bean casserole, so I started with 3 cans of drained green beans, about a half a container of those fried onions, a little splash of milk, some Parmesan cheese, some soy sauce, and some salt and pepper, and a can of cream of mushroom soup. And I just stirred that up together, poured it into a pan, and baked it at 350. And y'all, I don't do written recipes. People ask me, can you send me the recipe? I don't do written recipes, but the recipe that I use for that is basically the one from Campbell's, and you can Google it. The only thing I do different is added Parmesan cheese. But then I'm going to do some fried potatoes and onions. Oh, not onions. I usually put onions in it, but I didn't have an onion, so I'm just doing fried potatoes. I was out of oil, so I put a little butter in there and seasoned it with soul food seasoning and salt and pepper, and then I'm going to put some bacon grease since I didn't have any oil. Now I'm going to get this corn ready. I'm just going to boil it for corn on the cob. And ever since y'all taught me, this is just water with a little splash of milk and some salt. One of y'all taught me about putting the milk in there, and it just makes it taste so good. Now that the grease and butter is melted, I just kind of stirred it around to get it on each potato. And right here, I'm just taking a fork and pulling that tendon out of these tenderloins. And I got my kitchen scissors. I'm just going to cut this chicken up into little bite-sized pieces. This is Cooking with Hal, the Cajun Lady Accents blackened seasoning. And it was good. I'm just going to toss this around and make sure seasoning gets on every piece of chicken. And I almost burnt the potatoes. It turned out okay, y'all. I was a mess tonight. Just wait till you see what I did to the green bean casserole. But I don't stir these while I'm cooking them because I don't want them to get mushy. I like them to be real crispy. So I just put the green bean casserole in at 350. And then this is my new air fryer. I'm going to tell y'all more details about it later. I'm just making sure it's a really good one before I recommend it to y'all, but I've liked it so far. My potatoes were done, so I'm getting those on a paper towel. Now, I'm doing this at 355 for 15 minutes, but I'm taking it out every few minutes and shaking them around. Then I used a whole container of the fried onions on the green bean casserole and sprinkled a little soul food seasoning on that too. Put it back in there. My chicken was almost done, so I put the oven on broil so I could brown up those crispy onions on the green bean casserole a little faster, and then I forgot that I put it on broil and burnt the crispy onions. But it tasted good. At first I thought it was just going to be ruined, but I just took off the blackest pieces, and it was still very delicious. So it turned out okay. And this is me fixing my plate. I got just a little bit of chicken and got me some potatoes, a piece of corn, and green bean casserole. And on my corn on the cob, I just put a little salt, and I'm on, that's a stick of butter, so I put salt and butter on it. Sometimes, I'll put Parmesan cheese or a little Tony's or something on it, but I just did butter and salt tonight. And then I'm going to drizzle a little bit of ranch on my chicken. Put a little pepper on the corn, and that is my plate. It was so good. And see, it don't look bad. That green bean casserole survived. After supper, I just wanted a little something sweet, but I didn't want to make a cobbler, so I just ate peaches by themselves. Put a little bit of Cool Whip on them. Oh, man. I love peaches, y'all.